Okay, guys, this is video number 4. My previous videos, I was discussing once again Mark of the Beast, the Rapture, just all the dreams, all the visions, all my experiences with God concerning the end times. It's really close. I would actually urge everybody, whether you're Christian or not, to start looking towards it. Looking at the person of Jesus is very important. Failure to see this, you're going to be missing out on much and you're going to be making many poor decisions. He's the one that takes you out of all the misery. He's the one that takes you out of all the darkness. He shows you what reality truly is. He shows you the fallen nature of this world. He shows you the fallen nature of yourself. But it takes you out of all of that and takes you to a new nature, a new man, a new person. So if you're watching these videos, you're in the right place. You have not just come here haphazardly, but the Spirit of God has actually led you towards this. It's a very important message. It's a matter of life and death, literally. And please take heed of the stuff that we're speaking about in this. And for those that are not really, one foot in the world, one foot in the church, I'm urging you please to move towards God closer. Don't have time left. It's really become a point where you need to make the decision now. And it's really a call towards men, and that's why God has led me to make these videos and to actually just release it so that the people can see. Okay, so now I'd actually like to continue to share some of the other dreams I had. I had a vision once, praying in the Spirit. This was towards the beginning when I got saved, very early when I got saved. I know my stuff are all a bit haphazard, the timing, guys, but it's just as I'm remembering. So when I got saved and I got baptized in the Spirit and I started praying in tongues, praying in the Spirit, I used to get these visions. And there's one in particular that I want to share with you guys. This vision in particular, what happened was I saw two men, both of them dressed in white clothing. But the one man's clothing was dirty, was stained. The other man's was white and it was very clean. The man with the clean clothing took the other man, held him, and started beating him. When he was beating him, he took him, like grabbed him over here, and chucked him on the floor. And then he stomped on his face and he bust the man's face like a watermelon bursts when you throw it on the ground. That's how that man's face, his whole head just bust open. As he used his foot to bust that man's face open, his foot began to swell. And then what happened was he took this man after busting his head, and he took him and there was like a lid on the ground, and he took the lid off and opened it, and black smoke came out. And he chucked this man with the dirty clothing in that hole and took the lid and shut the hole again. Now I know what happened over there. Those two people, most probably it's Jesus and the devil. The man with the stained clothing, the man with the white clothing is Jesus. The stained clothing is probably the devil. The busting of the head and the swelling of the foot is from the book of Genesis. The prophecy given to Adam and Eve just after the fall of man. So I knew exactly what all of that was speaking about. That was a dream I had. And God was practically showing me that the devil's time has come now. That prophecy is going to be fulfilled now in its completeness. It happened at the cross, but it will happen completely, where you will be chucked down in the pit. Okay, that was a vision I received once as well, and a dream I received. There was once a dream I received. I saw myself. There was a fountain of water, and it had water flowing down from the fountain and flowing onto the earth. And I had a bucket, a 20-liter bucket that had water in, and I threw the bucket on the fountain. And what happened was the water from my bucket didn't want to stop, and water just kept on flowing out. It wasn't 20 liters, it was like hundreds of liters that actually were coming out of that bucket. And together with the water from the fountain, it was all flowing towards the earth. And then I jumped off the fountain, and then the dream ended, and then another one began. I saw myself again walking on water, and then that ended. And then I saw another one. I saw planet Earth in space, and I saw a hand alone. It was just a hand, and the hand had a cup of water, a cup in it, a cup. There was a cup in the hand. There was blue water on the inside, and the cup poured the water onto planet Earth. And as the cup poured the blue water, it went all around the Earth and covered the whole Earth. There was just another dream that I received, also just concerning the same stuff. So another one I received, I saw Christ. I was with Jesus and the other disciples, 12 apostles, the 12 disciples. And we were in the middle of a city. It looked like Brazil. I'm not sure where it was, but in the midst, flying in the air, was a cross. And this cross was like just turning, it was something to be admired by everybody. It was just in the air there, all by itself. It wasn't hanging on anything. It was just like this spectacle in the middle of the city. And Jesus spoke to us and he said to us, that's what I did for you guys. So, guys, you need to go out as well, and you guys need to go and declare this. That was one dream that I had um, as well. And some of the last things that I would actually like to share with you guys would also just be the rapture dreams. I had a total of about 5 rapture dreams. I already shared the one with you. Some of the others I had, I saw the one, an angel came and took me, he grabbed me, and he just threw me up, and I just went flying up. There was the one. The other one, I was in my garden and I was just taken up. Another one, I saw Jesus. I was on earth and I saw Jesus in the sky. There was a portal that was opened up between heaven and earth, and I saw Jesus on the other side, and he was smiling at me and waving at me. And then the cloud became a hand, and it came and it grabbed me and it pulled me up and took me up. Another one, I climbed, a bird, an eagle took me, and we went up together. I just jumped on the back of a very huge, humongous eagle, and we went up. So, yeah, those are some of the rapture dreams that I received. And the last thing I'd like to share with you guys as well was a dream I had in 2018. This was around about mid 2018, in about the month of June, July. I dreamt that I was sitting in an office, and a man walked into the office. He came from outside, and he had a newspaper underneath his arm that was folded up under his arm. He took the newspaper out and he threw it on the table that was inside the office. When he did that, I got up from my seat and I walked over to the newspaper article to read what the headline was. And the headline said lockdown. That was the headline on that particular newspaper. After reading that, I went outside. I looked outside to see what's happening on the streets, and there was absolutely nothing happening on the streets. Everybody was locked up indoors. There was nobody on the street. I even saw tumbleweed actually just blowing by in the dream. Guess God got some humor as well. And I walked back into the office and I looked at everybody and I said, "Where's everybody? What's happened?" And the people that were in the office together with me previously, they said, "Well, Kevin, it's a lockdown. We're all staying inside. We can't leave our places." And I woke up, and since this was last year in 2019, um, I was totally confused because I didn't know what a lockdown was. And so I just threw it one side and I couldn't understand it. And I prayed and I said, "Lord, what's this?" God spoke to me, he said, "I'll show you in time." Now I know what it is. We're under lockdown here in Johannesburg, South Africa, and we can't move. And exactly that dream has happened. So that was something else that happened. And last thing I'd like to mention to you guys, I have a friend that I attend church with usually, and he had the same dreams that I had of being raptured. He even had a dream he saw me being raptured. He also had another dream where he shared with me. He said that he saw me and he kept on saying the name Peter, 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 Peter. But he was saying this in real life. However, he was speaking in his sleep. His mom actually told him that he was saying the name Peter the whole time. But in the dream that he had, he said that he saw me. He shared this with me. He didn't understand it because we do have a friend named Peter. And he thought, no, maybe it had something to do with that friend of ours named Peter. But then I shared with him this dream that I had where, the voice came and said, "I've anointed you with the spirit of Peter." So I don't know if you accept this. It's just stuff that happened. I'm speaking the truth. This is what I saw. This is what I received. And yeah, it's up to you to make your own judgment. It's not my thing. I just sharing it because, well, God is actually just urging me to do this. So I know there will be skeptics about all of this. And so, yeah, take it as you want. It's up to you. God has given us freedom. And we just want to thank God for all that He has done for us, for giving us a cross, and for setting us free from captivity, and that He has made a way for us, and that we will see Him soon. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Son of God, Jesus Christ. You are the name above every other name. You have taken us out of the kingdom of darkness and rendered us into your light. You shall meet with your bride soon in the New Jerusalem, adorned for the Son of God. Jehovah gets married, guys. Yahweh is getting married. In the name of the Son of God, Jesus Christ. Amen.